this kind of brings me to our next topic, which is, you know, we've been writing offers on the MLS now for the last 4 or 5 weeks. Yes? And I know that all of you have been experiencing a lot of rejection. I know you've been experiencing a lot of bidding wars. I know you're putting offers in and agents don't even want to put it in because you're too low and there's 20 other offers higher than yours. Am I right? So I just want to acknowledge this is the reality that's out there. So how do we make it better? How do we attain that 212 effect, right? Right now, if you're just the next bidder in line for something that's on the MLS, forget about it, right? I don't want you being the highest bidder on something. So how do we change that, right? Again, it's back to relationships. Those relationships that you started on week 1 and week 2, please be fostering them. Be in contact with those agents. You don't know when all of a sudden something may be falling out. You don't know how many times and how many warriors have gone through this challenge and closed their deals on something that they talked to or sent a mailer to or created a relationship with during their challenge. So even though we're approaching the back end of our challenge, just know that you cannot stop this momentum that you've created in the last 7 weeks. So how do you overcome, fighting on the MLS? How do you overcome that? Well, I just want to really bring it back down to the basics. I truly feel in this market, and it won't stay this way forever, right? Because everything is a cycle. Right now, we are in a seller's market. So anything that goes up on the MLS is super crazy. And not only we're in a seller's market, but we are low inventory market. So again, it's like everyone is doing this feeding frenzy. So my recommendation is to please get really good with dealing and speaking to direct to sellers. You guys need to make sure that you have some sort of marketing campaign going on. I don't care if it's cold calling because you don't have a budget, or because you have balls and you are able to cold call, or if you're doing a postcard campaign, or if you have all the time in the world, do door knocking. Make sure you're driving home, a different way every day so you can find those hidden gems and look for those hidden market opportunities versus just looking on the MLS. Now, I'm not telling you to stop looking on the MLS. I still talk to flipper friends of mine that are finding great deals on the MLS. But you know why they find them? Because they have established relationships with agents that are giving them pocket listings. Okay? So you've got to continue to work that side, and at the same time, I want you to be out there, doing your marketing campaign. And again, if you are on low budget, or if you have the heart to do this, or the brass balls to do this, get out there and cold call. There's a lot of wholesalers and marketers out there that, are telling everyone there's this brand new thing, cold calling. Well, I'm here to tell you that cold calling has been around forever. So just pick up the phone, because there's so many services now that will find phone numbers for you. All right? There's so many cell phones we can call. So with that, I wanted to make sure that you got benefit of a segment that we're going to do right now. That's going to be done by Karen. A couple weeks ago, I forwarded to you some scripts on vacant homes. So when you call, or if you get a call from your marketing piece, you can typically use, or you can, feel free to use that script if it helps. Tonight, Karen's going to go over a few more scripts. Now, let me just say this. I know in the beginning of the challenge, we threw you some very skeleton scripts, right? We wanted you to create your own script. We wanted you to figure out how you feel and be in your own skin as an investor, right? We wanted you to attempt different ways. Are you a buyer? Are you a brother and sister looking to purchase in the area? Are you an investor, right? You did all these scenarios, and hopefully in that practice, you figured out what was most comfortable for you to say or speak inside your own skin. Well, tonight, Karen is going to review a few more scripts that we found were very powerful. And these scripts also include some objection handlers, you know, things that will make more sense to you now because you've actually had the opportunity to speak to quite a few sellers now, right? So I find that when we give these scripts out way in the beginning, no one ever gets to the objections because they're not thinking, they're just reading, right? But now that you've had some experience, not only talking to agents, but also direct with sellers, we're going to give you some more tools. So when you open up, you know, that calling machine that's latent inside you, you'll have some more tools that you can use. So with that, Karen, what you got, baby?
Thank you. I think you did my whole intro for me. So
thanks. Oh, I did? Sorry.
Okay.